get in this and surprise the Chiefs very early on.
Well, let's kick it off. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, everything's reset. It is once again the start of a new best-of-5 series. Winner takes all. Of course, Chiefs looking for that two-peat here at the CGPL finals. Of course, we had their CSGO team win the event yesterday. But, you know, interesting thing to note about that is that Avant-Garde yesterday, they were the team like Chiefs, won all their matches into the grand final, but then they got beaten by Chiefs. Cats and played through the losers bracket. Well, potentially that's what we'll see from Tainted Minds here. Who knows? But it is going to start kicking off here, ladies and gentlemen. Zeus with a huge two-piece to start things off, and a very good start from Tainted Minds in general, shutting down these Chiefs players and forcing them to spawn out all the way over on the other side of the map.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting series. I can already tell. Zeus getting hyped in the booth because you know now, you know, with a best-of-5 series coming into it, you know, this is the last best-of-5 of the whole LAN, so you can pretty much just go use all your energy right here and have nothing left in the tank.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I think every player is going to be doing right now. Every bit of energy you got left in the tank, then it's going to go absolutely hard right now. Damage. Damage somehow has an E-Rad in his hand. I don't know what that is.
You know what? Do it. Go for it.
Yeah,
If he feels like he can handle it, then he can do it. Damage and Nimble, they're the players to watch. I'm calling it for this second best-of-5. Damage, he's heated up. He's played absolutely outstandingly in both Search and Destroy's last series, and now he's trying to bring the fire this time in this second best-of-5. Nimble, he's going to be the first one to kick us off here now in this second hard point. It is going to be Cell Block, and it is Tainted Minds with complete control over this side of the map here. Chiefs, they're all coming around this wall run here, and we'll see if they can't get some early entry kills and try and make their way there. That nade might find someone. Scrism, he's going to go in. Oh, balls deep here. Can't find the kill there. No, his teammate is Swift. He's going to do that for him. Dean now as well, collecting a kill too. But there, you look at the minimap. Tainted Minds, they're still not spawning that far away, only from Graveyard. And you think about that's the next rotation. You leave a player a little bit held back so that they can keep spawning there and be ready for the rotation into the next hill. And that would be very important for Tainted Minds. But Chiefs, they need as much time on here as they can get because they were beaten to a lot of time on that first hard point. Somehow Tainted Minds were able to amount a good 20 points from there, which is a very, very solid start from the Chiefs. They have come back into this one a little bit. Of course, we can see here Scrism on a 4-kill streak, and he has the Scarab ready to go. They have forced the Tainted Minds squad out, but they'll have two players on the flank, Dean and Killerby. They're going to combine for a couple kills to stop that from happening. Only one player, though, alive on this hill for the Chiefs team, but then they soon get the reinforcements here to help out. 3 players, though, from the Tainted Minds lineup. They're going to be coming through these caves, trying to find some kills on the entry, but it's not happening. Swifty combining for 2 with another one from Killerby means that the Chiefs have completely locked out the Tainted Minds squad from this hill so far.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Tainted Minds were thinking there, you know, from the old hill, they're pushing towards that and somehow spawned him out and didn't have any sort of control going towards this Graveyard. Gave Chiefs back up with this half point, managed to get him back in the game, and right now it seems Chiefs and Tainted Minds looking very bad really early on, but it just seems as though right now Tainted Minds is feeding kills towards the Chiefs and, you know, helping them get towards their payloads, etc. And it's just not an ideal situation. Chiefs starting to pull away from this one. If they can manage to pull this hard point as well, Tainted Minds is going to be a tough spot going into this next hard point.
Here we go. Rotations in full effect right now, and you can see the commissary hardpoint. Sessi's on the flank here, but he might get shut down by Swifty. He's going to be pushing in. What was that, Swifty? He gets a 3-piece there, and I don't know what Sessi did, but he went for that butt punch. Didn't really work out in his favor. And Chiefs, they've once again contained control of this hill. All the Tainted Minds players, I don't know if they're trying to push it towards mid, some of them trying to get that control of the showers, Damage and Coda trying to push up as far as they can, but Scrism, he's getting loud on the stage, calling out the players that he's absolutely decimating right now. Damage trying to continue his good form so far. Scrism with the 4-kill streak once again, building his way up to that next kill streak. Ground pounds, gets the hit and the kill there, so nice work from Scrism to use that drop bear ability as we go into this next hard point. You know, you're thinking about rotations already need to be made into the middle of the map. Scrism's the front runner. He's the man going for it. And you can see here with 131 to 45, all of a sudden Chiefs are taking complete control over this map, and it's looking like a clear-cut victory even from now.
Yeah, Scrism on a 6-kill streak right now. He's pretty much aimbotting right now, as you can see. 12 and 4, doing so much work for his team. And I said, you know, we thought that, you know, coming to a second best-of-5, you know, the other players might struggle, but it seems as though Scrism not hitting at all. As you can see, getting huge kills. Damage. Not sure what that was, but that was huge. And he's got another crazy 2-piece. Nimble gets one of his own. Tainted Minds need to find a way back into this game right now. So he's set to start to flank towards the spiral area. Might see 1, might see 2. We'll get the 1. Might even see 1 before that green comes as well, but unfortunately not the case. Managed to get the rear guard of that camo, but You know, Zeus very aggressive towards that. Scrism somehow managed to come up with that kill.
There we go, Setzy. He's going to jump on this hard point. He's just waiting for his teammates to come and support him around him. As he contested here by, I believe, Swifty. Or Mother, it looked like it was Scrism there. So Zeus is going to be able to clean up that kill. Swifty coming in, the player that I previously mentioned, to try and get control of this hill. It's been very, very scrappy, but Tainted Minds were able to get a solid 15 seconds on it at least. If you look at the rotations, the mini-map, that's completely controlled by Scrism here. Not a single Tainted Minds player was contesting him for those spawns, so he's going to be able to help his team set up for this one. You'll see the Tainted Minds players one by one. They're going to start filtering in from this side of the map. Scrism's got to have a big job ahead of him. He's running into bullets, literally. Setzy, he gets a kill from that, but he also kills damage, so that's not going to help when Swifty's the one who's coming from behind. And that's going to be all 4 players, Tainted Minds, having to respawn once again from the coil area of the map. The spiral area of the map, I should say, rather. Nimble, though, he's on the flank here, coming in from behind. He's going to flip the spawns from this cheap drop. 25 seconds remaining on this hard point, and now it's Tainted Minds. Setzy trying to stay alive. He gets that kill, and perfect. There we go. Tainted Minds break it, and for the next 20 seconds, it should be there.
Yeah, Tainted Minds have managed to hold down that scrap time. I think it might get contested. Setsy's got a lot of work to do still. Nimble managed to drop on that hard point. Killer Play gets one. Zeus gets one. The Killer Play is trading. And somehow the scrap time might even go in favour of Cheese, but no. Setzy does manage to shut it down, and also rotation. You know, 5 versus 3, it's Nimble versus Scrism here. Big gunfight towards the medic area, and Nimble managed to come up on top. So now Tainted Minds, strong positioning. If they can get the hard point, get a time off this, they can get back in the game. But you can see streaks coming in. A lot of kills coming in. That's just Scrism. Going so huge early on in the game has definitely helped him, as he has got the streaks in hand. Swifty going to use that streak towards the hard point, towards that medic area. A lot of information out of that, but no kill. Another Scarab comes in. I thought David might be too happy about that, get hit with 2 Scarabs, but right now Chiefs just stacking on the points right now and getting a pretty commanding lead, almost 120 points.
This is starting to look a little bit out of order for Tainted Minds. They're really not being able to, you know, shut down and break those hard points like they did earlier in the season, or sorry, earlier in the day. Swifty and Co, they're holding this one down quite convincingly. As you see 2 players contest, Dean says, wait, there was 2 players, I just killed them. And that was as simple as that. He did get contested whilst a little bit weak, so Tainted Minds were finally able to break into that one, but with only 3 seconds remaining, the scrap time is not enough to get them back to where they need to be. Over 100 points down, 120 odd points, maybe make that 30 points nearly down. And Chiefs, they have such big command over this map. Damage is the only hope that they have jumping into this one right now. They're going to fly in there. Scrism with the 2-piece. He's going to get taken down, but it is still contested here. Finally, the Chiefs, finally Tainted Minds are going to be able to get the Chiefs out of there. But Killer Pie once again comes in. A triple kill there. Damage fell off the map, and that is going to be 33 seconds now that Chiefs can potentially get on this commissary hardpoint, and they can win off this thing. 25 seconds remaining. Tainted Minds, they need to contest. Only 15 points away from 100-point clubbing Tainted Minds on the first map. Or better than repeating what they did in the first winners bracket final. They're trying to contest the Tainted Minds. They're so far away. Only 1 player can do it. It says he's used his FPL jump. Can he get the 2? He does. That is huge, but he gets contested again. The Chiefs get control. 3 points away. Not a single Tainted Minds player in sight. And the Chiefs, 100-point club. Tainted Minds in the first map are the second best of 5.
Yeah, Scrism and Swifty both going absolutely large there. You can see Scrism giving out a big roar to them, letting them know that, you know, he's here to play, and that was crazy from him. He did everything he needed to win. Every gunfight that he needed to win, he won.
He won all the crucial gunfights. Scrism seemed to be there and be winning them all. And I mean, that's just the caliber of player he is. He comes into the 18+ region of CWL, absolutely dominates there, and he's continuing that today. And that was outstanding from the Chiefs. I have no words for that. For a team that is so new to be dominating that heavily against, you know, players like Nimble, Zeus, and Damage, and Setzy as well. As much as he isn't the full-time player in that roster, he definitely has the quality to be up there competing against the best. And they just got blown out of the water. Yeah,
another 100-point club, you know, coming out of, you know, Chiefs, which it's been pretty consistent throughout the weekend. They've been 100-point clubbing pretty much everyone. So I don't even know what to think anymore. I think Chiefs, they're pretty much too dominant hardpoint, but again, you know, Tainted Minds coming into an S&D, we've seen it. They somehow managed to bounce back, but if Chiefs somehow manage to get away with this one, then I think we might be going, you know, 3-0, maybe Chiefs, which would be interesting to see.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. We are going to be loading up Throwback S&D next, and these two teams haven't played each other in this map just as of yet. Tainted Minds did play it though, however, against SYF. So they've got a little bit of warm up on that map. They they know what they're about to do and they know where to take this one. I feel like this is definitely going to be a tough one to call because Tainted Minds having a beat in SYF quite convincingly. I can definitely see them putting up a very good fight against the Chiefs, but we'll have to wait and see how they show up. Damage, I'm looking to him to really step up in this specific map and level out the playing field at 1-on-1.
Yeah, most definitely. I think the man to beat for for Tainted Minds, if Tainted Minds want to have a go at this, they need to shut down Scrism. I think that's the way to go. I think he's just been, that first hard point was pretty inspirational. I think he'll be feeling the vibe right now. Just making sure he's getting consistent. I'm gonna say that. Very quick engagements. Swifty managed to get one, Scrism gets one as well. So it's 2v2, and the information has been relayed to Chiefs. They have managed to see at least one player towards Tainted Minds, so they know they're going to be towards the back area. Quick engagements. Nimble decides to back out of there. Not in his best position. He gets that. He managed to win one, so now it's a 1v2 for Killerpie. We'll get one in a 1v1 situation. Who you got? I'm thinking KP. He's got to be
Killerpie.
Yeah, he's got an MV4 right here up against the likes of Nimble. Nimble probably got it. Yeah, K-bar in hand. Come into gate. Oh, I'm not sure if they got camera angle.
Oh, Killerpie. That is a huge kill.
That was a huge 1v2 as well, especially to start off this S&D.
Just great stuff from the Chiefs to start things off, and from Killerpie individually, a great first round and clutch up from him. I think Nimble even tagged him in the end there. So a good start for them. Chiefs going up 1-0. And that's the sort of start you need from them. They're the team that they need to, hit off running. Otherwise, they might get shut down. And we're going to see them now go into the offensive round. Swifty is going to be a bomb carrier.
Yeah, Swifty looking to get this bomb down nice and early. Looks like playing towards the mid-map, a bit dangerous. If he does manage to drop there, then the bomb drop down in the mid-map could be very dangerous for that squad. But Swifty, confident player here he is. He's just trying to get something going. He will get a couple of tags toward that mid area, but no result. A couple of kills go towards that bowling area, one apiece for each squad. So we'll see now Swifty trying to look for this player towards his back hot dog area. I think he might have went there instead, but if you look at the minimap, he's just dropped back all the way to the B-bob side. I think the key player right now to be watching is Dean. He's under that food market area, and if any player sort of pushes through that area, he can pretty much make a big kill, and you can see. We'll see what going to help his teammate out. Swifty needs to stay alive here. Zeus, I thought Zeus had that kill, but Swifty somehow comes up with the goods. Sets in a 1v2 situation. We'll see one. I think he's just trying to play his safe.
No, he's running around the corner.
It's crazy.
No way. They're holding hands almost. Coming around the corner. He's running in the first one. He gets tagged up a little bit, so he's just going to regen and go around through bowling. He's got 25 seconds to work with here, and Swifty, he can get the bomb down. He does have it on his person. He just has to be careful, though. And this is a very good position for Setsi. 14 seconds remaining. It's up to Swifty, and if he sees him planting the bomb, then that is going to be GG. Swifty, though, he gets off at 8 seconds, and now Setsi's just going to run. Perfect play from Setsi. A very good clutch up from him to win this second round. Coming in as a stand-in player, he definitely has that sort of intelligence, at least, to be able to make those sorts of decisions without having to, consult the more experienced players and the rest of the Tainted Minds squad.
Yeah, most definitely. We've seen Killerpie make a huge 1v2 in the first round, and Setsi just up an ante, get one of his own. It will be one apiece now, so pretty much no momentum for any team right now. It just seems to be going back and forth, but you got to feel Chiefs up winning that halfway. Pretty comfortable with the feeling of the squad. Tainted Minds need to get something on the board here. Damage does make an early kill, but so does Setsi. So signs looking positive for the squad, but wouldn't count Chiefs out just yet. Killerpie did clutch a big one earlier. He got one, is shut down though, so now 1v3 situation. 14. Three Tainted Minds players. He will get one, and then is shut down. So Tainted Minds do take that round, and we'll go 2-1 up in this map.
2 clutches in a row, and then of course Dean in a 1v3, caught up in between a rock and a hard place there. Really, no matter where he went, he was going to be able to get shut down from a team player. So a good round from them in that post-lane situation. As we go 2-1 up, as you said. Here we go. Setsi, he's already got his payload available in the 4th round of the game. A very, very good start from him. 5 for 1. I mean, we've called out Damage as the best S&D player in this team so far, and just a star in general in our region. But Setsi, he's starting off hot in this one, wanting to prove himself. Any teams that are looking for a player who is who's capable of playing at a level in this sort of team, you definitely need to keep your eye on Setsi.
Yeah, Setsi definitely coming to your fruition over the last year or so. Yeah, definitely, made his way into the
Oh my god,
Oh,
that was quick.
That was a huge round, but
Which is like,
I just missed all that. I was,
yeah,
going
you can hear the little sound that it makes, the little ding it makes when they get a kill, and it's like ding, ding,
a whole bunch of kills,
ding.
coming
Oh
through,
well,
Dean's
there we go.
But
Yep.
as I was saying, Setsi, over the last year, he's definitely improved tenfold.
Yeah.
He managed to make his way into Season 2 of the CWL, and he's only got better from there. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to play due to other commitments, but just over the last 6 months, especially, playing this game and grinding out, he's definitely the talent to watch. And playing with his squad, I'm sure he'll definitely one to watch out for in the future. Good
nade there to start things off to give the Chiefs the 4-3 man advantage. And we'll see here how they can go from this and work off their Zeus, though. He's going to try and contest. Not going to really work out until the end there. Swifty and Killerpie combine for a couple more, though. So Damage is in a 1v3. We'll see if he can't do what Dean could not. He's only going 1 for 4, so it's very crucial that he starts this one off hot. But he's going to be all the way over at the B-bomb side. He doesn't have the bomb in his hand. He's going to have to go and collect that. I'm not quite sure when Nimble fell to be able to pick that one up. I think Swifty may have just checked his body. In fact, that was Nimble, because Nimble runs the active camo. That player there is the active camo player. So that's where the bomb is. And Damage is just going to play his life here and just wait for some of the Chiefs players to potentially contest him one-on-one and not realize where he's hiding.
See, if you look at the screen right now, you can see the players at Tainted Minds actually talking to each other. They're consulting what they're going to be doing next round, because they know that this round's pretty much done. Hayden's right now, he's just going to aim up, try and get something out of this round, but they're all talking about strats right now, which is, that's a good quality to have. Some players will just kind of sit there, wait for the play to clutch, and not use that valuable time they actually have to, determine what they're going to do next round. So
yeah, they had a solid 30 seconds there to be able to discuss stuff. We see this in some other esports titles where they have specific pauses that they're able to use. We don't have that in Call of Duty necessarily, so you have to find time available, and in a situation like that, he knows it's unwinnable. He knows that they know where the bomb is, and that he's not going to be able to get the 3 kills and get that implant. So he's going to use that time wisely to be able to discuss the next round coming up. 2-3 is the scoreline. Chiefs getting a bit of a cheap one there in the end, not being able to find the final kill, but they're going to go towards the B-bomb site, get an easy, quick plant down here, and Tainted Minds have realized this, and they're coming in full force.
Yeah, Killerpie, he's been a man to watch for Chiefs. He's 7-2 at the moment, heating up. Much like the first best of 5, I think he had a very good S&D the first one as well, so it seems though he's continuing that form in this.
What is this?
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
Who are you, you nerd?
I'm loving this. He's pretty much just playing calm, I guess. D managed to get 1, Setsi gets 1 as well. Skrizz gets another 1. Clutch situation coming in. 1v2 situation for Setsi. If he can get 1, he might be able to finish a shot here. Just has to worry about the bomb. Fusing it again. It's just one of them situations where he just knows he's not going to do anything. He just needs to play a kill.
Yep.
And right now, he's going to kick back. You can see again, the players just talking, having a chat, seeing what's good. And, they've gone down 2-round deficit right now, so they need to see what's good coming into these next couple of rounds, because they are very crucial. They don't want to let more rounds slip and go in favour of the Chiefs, because they'll put them on the back foot. And Chiefs going 2-0 up in this series would be quite drastic.
It definitely would. I mean, Tainted Minds have taken every single search and destroy off Chiefs that they've played them in. So that's a good stat to think about in their perspective. They're very confident on this game mode. Maybe not this map though. Who knows? This might be a bit of a trouble map for them. Maybe they did play it in the first round against Validate, but of course Validate is no Chiefs. They are a very solid squad, but aren't necessarily just as good as Chiefs. So we'll have to see if they're able to level things out here. Chiefs 1 round away from being on map point, going up 2-0 in the series. Meanwhile, Tainted Minds, they need to use this to their advantage. The time that they've had to discuss potential strategies and whatnot needs to be in their hands, but Setsi, he's been able to find Jim to start things off. So a very good start from Tainted Minds in a very slow round, what seems like. Nimble is going to be able to safely plant the bomb, and Chiefs are going to have to retake this one 3-on-4.
See, bomb has been planted, but Killerpie does easily shut that down. So 3v3 situation right now, post plant. Chiefs looking towards go to the map area. Setsi does manage to get 1, or he gets a huge 2-piece, and Setsi right now 10-3, doing a lot of work for his squad right now. Skrizz he was in good form in that hard point. It'd be interesting to see if he can clutch this one up, but he is in a defuse situation. Only 20 seconds to go, 7.5 defuse. He's only got about 13 seconds to work with. He's got 1 here, but I could assume the Zeus would just pretty much run away here, make sure that he can't do anything here. You can see Skrizz just running towards that.
I did not see him.
I don't know, he just got camera angled there.
I don't understand, but he's not going to find him. Even if he does it, still not enough time. Shoots the body. A little bit of disrespect there, but Chiefs, they're going to lose that one just down to a matter of time. Setsi there, I feel like before he got killed, he was on something like a 4-kill streak, so he might have to look out for a Scarab from him, and definitely working his way up towards his payload again, because he's already had it once. He's so close to getting it again. So, I mean, Killerpie on the other side of the things, the exact same sort of situation. This man has already had his payload once, the FPL jump, and he's looking close to getting it again. But Setsi, the player to watch for this team and squad by the looks of things right now. Killerpie is going to trade that one out. Setsi, he's seen 2 players, he's backing up, trying to play his life here. He's very weak, so he needs to get out of there. But he knows he's in a 2v3 situation with Nimble, going up against Killerpie, Swifty, and Dan. 3 very solid, talented players on this roster that, you know, at any point in time can completely take over a game, and it seems like that's what Killerpie is doing for this squad right now. Speaking of which, Nimble and Setsi have spotted 1 player apiece. He needs to stay alive here, Setsi, if he wants to get anything done. A few extra tags into that player, but it's not really enough in a 1v3 right now. Surely it's about time that he goes down, sits in the backyard of Granny's again. They can discuss a little bit more, but he does get his FTL jump to use again. He's got 23 seconds, so he might try and play for this, but I think it's probably unlikely.
Yeah, definitely not going to get any result there. Chiefs too much with that, and they take a 2-round buffer as well. So now it's getting really hard for Tainted to get back in this one. Killerpie going absolutely huge right now. 10 kill streak. Going to be a bit insane, but he's got 10 kills. Yeah, and I think he's also got streaks as well. So right now, I think even Skrizzer might be on something as well, because I think he also got 1 kill that round. Swifty does have camo, so a lot of utility right now for Chiefs to lock this up, make it 2 apiece. We'll see right now they're going towards this mid-map area, looking for fast engagements. They will need over. Won't see. They're going to get very aggressive. I think the information has been called out. Tainted Mind squad that they're now pushing middle. Swifty will get 1. Ooh, I thought he was going to get that second one, but thought he might even had a chance to pop camo there, but not the case. Killerpie 1v2. Oh, we didn't get to even see it. The changing was not on point, but I thought Killerpie did his 1v3 clutch. 3 kills.
That was very weak.
Yeah.
If he didn't jump off there, if he'd maybe laid down, he might have been able to catch the last player there, jumping up and trying to contest him, potentially. But it's still 5-4. So as you said, that 2-round buffer means they do have another 2 opportunities to lose rounds. 1 opportunity to lose round before having to win 1 more. But I mean, I was going to say, if anyone was going to get the 1v3 there, it was going to be Killerpie. As we go into this round, he is 12-4, and the bomb is going to get planted quite quickly here. Give it to Swifty. He's going to get that one down, and we'll see what the Tainted squad do now in a 4v4 retake. Looks like a player is going to find death soon. There's going to be Zeus nearby, a whole bunch of other players. Killerpie is the first one to drop. Now 3, make that 2v4. And it looks like Tainted Minds, they're pushing for that round 11 here.
Yeah, Tainted Minds right now, Setsi just going absolutely hands. 14-6 right now, 2 kill streak. Just going huge for the squad. As you see, Swifty will pop the camo. Oh, and he doesn't manage to get the play on the bomb. So we will get the defuse, and Setsi goes huge for the squad. I think he got an ace that round, and taking it to a round 11. I think, you know, the way Setsi's playing right now, I think Tainted Minds might have the edge in this one.
I feel like they do, and especially after that activity camo, it was just wasted there. He didn't even get all of his shots on there. As much as he was spotted out by Setsi, I think he only hit 3 bullets out of the 4 or 5 that he would need to get that kill. So a bit disappointing from Swifty to waste that, and he's not going to get it anytime soon because he only has 5 kills, and this is the last round. So we're heading into this one. Setsi and Killerpie both with FTL jump. Interestingly enough, none of the other players on the teams apart from Killerpie, Setsi and Swifty have got their payloads this game, and we're in round 11 of all rounds. So let's see what they plan to do here. Looks like the Tainted Mind squad are going for something a little bit unorthodox. They sort of tease towards B, and they're rotating now around towards A. Setsi 16-6, the man is on a mission to prove himself on this Tainted Minds roster. Even if he's not one of the consistent players, he's definitely showing that he has the potential to compete with players of this caliber on a top team in the region.
Yeah, most definitely. I think Setsi, as I said, you know, I have played with him previously before. His best game mode by far, by a long chalk, is S&D. You know, we used to take S&Ds all the time because of just, you know, pure raw gun skill that he, you know, brought to us. He's a very clutch player. And as you can see, that's coming to shine through right now. He's 16-6, pretty much put Chiefs in the clinic right now. And if he can manage to, get 2 or 3 kills this round and win this game, it's pretty much off the back of him. But he is shut down now, so now it's going to be interesting to see if Tainted can bounce back in this one, as a 3v4 situation. Damage will get 1, so now it's 3v3, and I think the bomb might be going down on 8.
15 seconds remaining though, so if they kill the bomb planted here by any chance, then they might just be able to stop that from happening. And no, it's not going to happen. Nimble though in a 1v2. He spotted at least one. He might have spotted the second one as well. He's going to get contested there. Swifty wins it, and there we go. Chiefs go up 2 to own the series. They are now 1 map away from taking the W, and we're going to be going back to Frost Uplink. But let's consider this one. Frost Uplink was quite relatively close in the first half when they played in the winners bracket final, but Chiefs did win that one. So surely, if everything, when you look at it on paper, you'd have to say that this is Chiefs' map to lose. There's no way they should win it.
I think with how close that S&D came, especially with Setsi dropping such huge numbers, it's going to be a bit demoralizing for him, to not come away with a W there. I think, getting 17 kills, I think he got 17, might have been 16, but, any sort of number, double digits, and not getting the W is going to be so detrimental to your confidence, because you're just like, what more can I do? And then they still come away with the L. So now coming into an uplink where they've already lost this map before, I just don't think that Tainted can get back in this one, not to win 3 straight now, because we've said with how close the S&Ds have been, they'd have to win the uplink, they'd have to somehow clutch out and then win a hard point, and then take it to S&D as well. So Chiefs in a pretty much prime position right now, and it's their championship to lose to right now.
Well, if we do go to that second hard point, it's going to be back on Throwback. An interesting one, and we haven't seen it between these two teams once again, but what we will be loading up is Frost Uplink. And I'm excited to see how this one goes. I mean, Setsi, he's got to be feeling a little bit down about that, definitely. And, he doesn't have the experience that the rest of the team does, that the core 3 players do, to be able to, reset as easily necessarily. I haven't spoken to him a lot about this necessarily, but I feel like he's probably not at that level that he's had the experience to be able to do that easily. But putting that aside, I feel like just with the players that he has around him, they'll be able to help him through it and be like, all right, guys, you know what? Let's reset. This is just, we're just going to another map. Let's just say we're 2-1 up.
Yeah, most definitely.
Let's 2-0 up. Let's go into it as if we win this, we win the event, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And think about it that way. You think about it in a positive light, that even if you do lose it, it's not the end of the world. But of course, it would mean in this case that they do lose the championship in a 3-0 fashion, which is not how they want to go out after taking that round 11 map 5 in the first half of the grand final here. So let's kick things off, ladies and gentlemen. Potentially the last map here at this event for the first split of the CGPL Call of Duty Finals. And we're going to kick it off here with Swifty. We'll see what he decides to do with his ERAD. A very aggressive player, we all know this, but he's looking to go on a bit of a flank here. He doesn't know it, but we can see there are no Tainted players in sight. Killpie trading out Setsi, starting off all right with 1-0. We'll see what Setsi can do from now on. Swifty trying to get some players in the middle. Setsi shuts him down. Setsi, I feel like this man is just, I don't know what he's done, but he's on another level.
Yeah, he wants to prove himself really bad right now.
Is Den's playing on his account or something?
Yeah, I think it might be multi, but yeah, that's a 6-month ban, 2-11. But yeah, I think right now, I think Setsi he wants something. He wants to prove himself. He wants to show that, he's had it all weekend. He's just being compared to Dens, and he wants to show that he's his own player. He can show that he has the raw potential that he can do it himself. He can pretty much do the spot that he needs to do. And I think Setsi just keeps going the way he's playing. The other boys, Nimble, I think he's been kind of slacking his game for the second best grand final.
Yeah.
I think if he can kind of lift his game right now, as well as Renee, they can both lift. I think they can definitely get back in this series.
Yeah, Damage honestly was a little bit disappointing in that Search and Destroy, not being the standout player that we usually see him as in that game mode. But then again, how can you do that when your teammate's dropping 17 kills? Meanwhile, of course, we need to focus in on this. 3 minutes 45 remaining. And no points to speak of as of yet here. The Chiefs are going to try and get the drone out. Dean, he's going to chase that one. There's not a single player from TM who's anywhere near there. He's going for the 2-point play. Can he get it in? He will. His teammate, Scrism, gets a huge 2-piece. Such crucial kills, and we talked about this in the hardpoint. He always seems to get those crucial kills, and it works out for him. They've slayed out of the base, and now they're able to potentially start a bit of a relay here. Damage, though, he's in a crucial spot. Scrism coming around the flank, might be able to get some players off guard, but he'll get caught off guard because he's going to get rammed from behind by Setsi. Once again, he's going 8 for 4, 9 for 4 now, and we've only had 2 minutes of this game.
Yeah, he's definitely heating up. You can see right now. In a Mines is trying to work this drone towards the blue area, get some sort of salvation, at least a 1-point play or something, but it is shut down relatively quickly by Cheese. Killed by will manage to get one more as well. Might get some towards that side blue area, but it's just going in favour of Chiefs. Every time Tainted Mines get one, Chiefs reply with one of their own and maybe even get a second. So right now, again, I just think Tainted Mines may be a bit too overzealous right now. Maybe just pushing the ball up a bit too quick. Maybe they should just throw it up and play it for kills instead. Get a bit of map control earlier, because if they manage to do that, they can definitely get some points on the board. And you can see they've managed to do that. They've just thrown the drone up, well, the ball's in mid-map now, but at the time they got 3 down, and they can definitely work off that. But it seems as though now they're going towards their spaceship area. Few kills in front of them right now. They need to make sure they are on point. Scrism going to shut it down nice and early. We'll get 3-piece, and Chiefs pretty much just walk it out.
There we go, Chiefs. A very nice frontal defensive hold there. I don't know how to word what I'm trying to say, but just, it's pushed up on the map and they've been able to defend that. And then I don't know who that was who just was able to pick that drone out of thin air. It was Nimble, the man himself, proving to be his name. Nimbly picking that one out of the air from the throw that was coming in from one of the Chiefs players. So good hold from the Chiefs line, from the Tainted Mines lineup. One player going to be just trying to find, I believe it's Dean, but Dean's going to have none of it. He shuts him down with real ease, and Swifty now, he needs to think about pushing up here. I think the Tainted Mines players know that he's there. They're going to be able to find that kill and kill it by. He goes for the throw here. That one's going up and over. It goes over the portal. Misses by a millimeter, but it's all right because they are 2-0 up. So it's not like they need that point to get ahead. They need that point to catch up to Tainted Mines. They've actually been doing a very, very solid defensive job.
Yeah, not really sure how Killbot did nail that. Looked like he was pretty much in a prime position, just had to slide and nail it, but somehow managed to go over the top. And as you said, I don't think Chiefs can worry about too much now, but coming into the back end of the game, if they do manage to lose by 1 point, I'm sure they'll go back on that and reflect and say, look, you got to make sure you punish them for that one, because that would have made it a 2-possession game going into the half. That's a big lead in any sort of circumstance. So Killfire right now just working towards that mid-map. Looks like Scream as well. So they're trying to play a bit more towards the blue area rather than straight down the middle. Just manages to just fly, well, Setsi, sorry. That E-Rad. This is what I'd like to see from Setsi. I'd rather see Setsi on the E-Rad more so than Renee. I don't think he's the kind of player that he's much better on the right of that build. And if Setsi can use that aggression that he has, to push towards the drone and also towards the Chiefs base, I think they definitely offer up more chances of getting points on the board.
Well, I feel like Scrism's taking a quick look at the scoreboard, and every now and then he's in a little bit of a battle with Setsi, trying to see who can get the most kills. He's 17 for 12. Setsi 18 for 11 right now, so he's trying to turn up the heat for his squad and feed that player who can slay out like no other. Setsi doing all right, but he does get shut down there. Swifty as well. 11 for 11, I should say. He finds another one there, but the round is over. Chiefs, they are up 2-0. Very, very convincing defensively. They weren't able to, capitalize on some of their other pushes apart from the one they scored in, but still, at least, from what we're seeing, the Chiefs are doing a very good job. Yeah,
base defense from both teams has been relatively solid, bar that one, jump in that the Chiefs managed to get, but for the most part, the whole 5 minutes, it was pretty good base defense from both squads. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out this second half. I'd say Tainted Mines are going towards the favoured side, so they should be able to get some sort of points here, but throughout this weekend we've seen that teams go better on the bad side for some unknown reason, but Setsi again starting off the second half exactly how he's done first. A few kills in the back pocket. Damage seems to be struggling right now. If you're on play, you need to be lifting. 7 and 14, you definitely need to get something on the board here. You can see trying to work the slice area and get something on the board. But base defense again, too strong for Tainted Mines.
And Code, they're doing a good job, but speak about Tainted Mines, they were able to slay out there, but because it's in their base, they won't have the time to be able to get this drone further pushed up the map and anywhere near a Chiefs respawn. Portal before the Chiefs respawn. Goodbye and Swifty man for a couple of kills, Dean for a third as well. Damage now finally getting another kill on the board. He needs to start stepping up, as you said. This is really in a sticky situation for him. The Chiefs, they're getting shut down left, right, and center here. But it's still not enough. It's still not, and they've still got Swifty to contest with. This man is an absolute god right now. Backing off there, but he does get found by Nimble. So, some good work from Tainted Mines so far. In this half at least. And you can hear Zeus right now. He is getting very loud.
Yeah, right now it seems so. I think the energy that any team's got right now, they've got to be using it to full potential, because right now it could be do or die right now for Tainted Minds. They've only got 3.5 minutes to work with. If the score stays the same as how it is right now, the game's going to be over. I see that drone might be in a reset spot. Could be wrong. It has reset. So yeah, we'll go back towards the mid-map. And you know, Chiefs, you know, they're not getting points in the ball, but because they're pushing the ball, the drone, sorry, towards, you know, Tainted Minds base, they're wasting a lot of time, and that's something, you know, Tainted Minds don't really have enough of. Enough right now. They've got 3 minutes to work with. They're still down by a possession, and they need to get some sort of, you know, score in the next minute or so to have any sort of chance to get back in this game. Because I think if the longer it goes on, Chiefs are just going to have more and more opportunities to get points. And if that's the case, then Tainted Minds is going to be out of this game.
Right now, it seems very much contention in the middle. It's almost feels like a consistent middle scrappy hard point, as if all the players are just converging on this one position and just fighting each other to tooth and bone. Not really able to do much objectively. Killfire though, he's going to have that drone. Zeus did get a 2-piece there. And that didn't really stop much though. The throw, finally, one of the throws from the Chiefs is going to go through, and that increases it, as you said before, to that 2-possession game, which makes it that much harder for Tainted Minds to get back into. But they do have 2 minutes and 20 seconds to work with here. They would just have the drone, and he's pushed it up a little bit, but we're going to see now the reset come out, or potentially starting to throw it over the spaceship there. Says you could potentially find a couple kills out here and it'll help with the team. But no, he's going to pick up the drone. So damage and coat, they're moving up. They're getting the kills, trying to slay out the Chiefs, and this is about as far up as Tainted Minds is being pushed. He's going to get out to control. Very nicely done by Setsi, a very intelligent play. Yeah,
Definitely need to just get at least 1 point on the board there. Make sure it's just a 1-possession game, so at least take it to OT. At this point, you know, they don't want to try and go for that 2-point play and not get any sort of result, especially when they're pushing around the score. You know, don't have a lot to work with. Scrism has reactive armor now, so base defense from Tainted Minds, from Chiefs should be pretty strong coming into it. If he needs to pop it in the clutch, he might. You can see he's trying to get something swifty, answers with a 2-piece of his own, and right now, Chiefs pretty much going to walk away with this point. If they go towards the blue area, they can pretty much just drain the clock and give Tainted Minds no chance to get back in this game. If any sort of score comes in now, I can obviously see that I think that, honestly, that Tainted Minds probably not going to get back into this because you see reactive armor gets 2-1.
Whoa!
That's a huge 3-piece, and I think that's pretty much game from there.
It has to be. I mean, they just got absolutely decimated by the man. He helped his teammate get that drone up. He got shot in the back. I think it was Swifty, and then he goes for that 1-point play, sinks that. No, he got rejected there by damage at the last second. They've still got time though, 50 seconds to work with here, Tainted Minds, and they need to utilise those. They need to cut through this base defense of the Chiefs, but it's been so strong just as yet. You can see in on the mini-map, there's players everywhere from Chiefs. They're not just in one position. They're throwing out the drone. It's going to be Swift. He needs to win this gunfight. Not going to do so. His teammates have now respawned, so here's Zeus. He needs to go big if he wants anything to happen. He gets shut down, and that seems like about it. 29 seconds remaining. This is Tainted Minds. This is all it. They need to get 2 points on the board, and soon, and they need to do it as soon as possible because they've only got the 20-second margin here to work with. That drone just got reset. They need to go back for it now. I think that's it. I don't think they have time.
I think they might if they get enough kills here. The drone was great. Big kill coming in from the flank. And a 2-point play is going to come in. Going to go for the OT.
He gets it.
Tainted Minds
overtime in the last few seconds there. Tainted Minds clutching up when they needed to most.
And you got to say, that's got to be a huge choke from the Chiefs there. They had the lead the entire game and then somehow just managed to let it slip in the last 10 seconds. I thought with that reset coming towards the mid-map that it would have hindered Tainted Minds there. We had to go back to the drone, but somehow, I don't know who it was, flanking towards that back crates area. It goes huge and it allows it to go overtime. And now it's going to be a rush to the mid-map. Whoever gets the ball first is winning this because you can look at the payloads right now.
You know what this reminds me of?
What does it remind me of?
The grand final at CGPL Sydney, overtime in the up leg.
Holy.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 5 minutes for one team to get a score. As soon as I do, the opposition team has just as much time to get the first on the board, or at least beat it. Yeah, and we're going to see big kills, 2 big kills, 3 big kills. Nimble and Co, they're able to shut down this squad. And there we go, Scrism's left alive, and now Tainted Minds and Nimble, they're going to be able to clean up shop. So the Chiefs not able to get that very quick point, at least 1-point play that they were hoping to go for. We'll see here, Nimble. He's got his active camo and he's popped it, but possibly a little bit early here. He should be able to get the 2 points. No, he goes for the safe one. 38 seconds though. That's going to be hard to beat.
I'm not sure about that play.
He could have got the 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. If that comes back and him, he's not going to be happy about that.
But 38 seconds is still.
38 seconds is,
that's a quick time.
It's a very quick time, but you got to take into consideration that Swifty's about a bee's knee off about that he's the only active camo. So I think the 2-point play was absolutely necessary there.
It was.
There was no. He was literally in the portal. There was no way he was going to die there. I don't know why he didn't just go for it, but let's see what happens.
Even if he did die there, he was at the point that if he died, the drone would have dropped into the portal anyway.
Pretty much. So 30 seconds now. Cheese have to go all balls to war and this championship right now. But if they don't, it's going to go to a map 4. So 20 seconds working. They do manage to get 2 kills. Manage to make 3. There's only 1 player to deal with in ice, and they do manage to get it. They've got 16 seconds to deal with. They only have to get a 1-point play. Killer going towards this ice area. He's going to try and go for the 1-point play. Does manage to make 1. The jump comes in.
Yeah, there it is. Cheese.
And they will take the series.
They take the series.
Managed to take the championship, and they somehow managed to get the 1-point play. And again, I just feel like that 2-point play had to come in. It would have pretty much Chiefs wouldn't be able to get back in the game. TM would have been able to defend them. And that's